All right, here we are for our Week 10 recap and, of course, our Week 11 preview and picks. We have a couple of very special guests for you today. Number one, you know him, you love him. It's our Commissioner, Dad Shaw, Brad Shaw. And our other guest, of course, is the top scorer of the week, scoring 220 points. That will be me. I am here.
Looking at
you
him.
know me.
He is him.
Yeah, I am him. Just kidding, just for the week. All right, so just jumping right into our Week 10 recap. Christy gives herself an early birthday present. Well, let's be honest. She gives all of us a birthday present by taking down your mama 143 to 109, moving her to 3-7, and Pete to 5-5. White Devil made a deal with himself to give Dak Prescott the ability to score 65 points in a ceremonial bloodbath over the bye week. Devil moves to 6-4 in fourth place, and bye week drops to sixth at 5-4-1. In the closest matchup of the week, Mega Smegma saw all the nuts, losing 164 to 179. Smegma falls to seventh at 5-5, while CD's nuts stays in fifth at 5-4-1. Gotta love those ties. McCorm Storm took default for a ride, 124 to 85, taking McCorm Storm to 3-7 in 11th place, and default dropping to 3-7, falling to 12th. Raising Pete's Kids took a stroll through Better Mahomes and Garden en route to a 143 to 109. The Kids stay in at 7-3 in second, and Homeless Gardens falls to 4-6 in ninth. And, of course, I beat Justin 220 to 137. All right.
How many?
220 to 137.
You said 220?
Let me see. Let me look at my notes here. It's got to be a typo.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. 220 to 137 sounds good.
Count it.
Count it. Write it. Done. It's over. All right. Let's jump into our Week 11 picks. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Starting us off this week, we're going to start with a little bit of domestic violence. Christy, a girl with no name, against McCorm Storm, the pilot. So in this matchup, which starts on Thursday, we're probably not going to have this out before Thursday Night Football, but it does start on Thursday. Lamar Jackson in McCorm Storm's corner. Adam Thielen, Tyler Lockett, Najee Harris. Let me pause right there. So everyone knows that I'm not a fan of Najee Harris. He has had a couple of good games over the last couple of weeks. So one should think, Wesley, you should be becoming a fan of Najee Harris. Not so fast. Not so fast at all. Najee Harris, I don't think you're going to have a good game this week. I think that good game streak comes to an end against the old Cleveland Brownies. I do think Pittsburgh is going to score, but I think it's going to be on multiple pick sixes. But there won't be a whole lot going on rushing on the ground.
Too soon.
I'm sorry. I apologize. And, of course, you got Chuba Hubbard against Dallas. I think he's going to get about 3 more points more than Miles Sanders on my bench. Not a whole lot. Evan Ingram at Tennessee. Vontae Adams. Hey, what's going to happen there? Aiden O'Connell, whatever you want to call him. Digger the kicker in Los Angeles defense against old Green Bay. Los Angeles Chargers. Is he looking for some extra points like Billy got last week? I don't know. And then, of course, on the other side, Christy, Sam Howell, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That guy has been on an absolute terror. Correct me if I'm wrong. What is it? 600-yard games over the last 7 games, or 5 of the last 6? What is it?
Yeah, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 this season. He did miss a game, so technically 6 out of 9 for the whole season. But out of the games he's played, killing it.
Yowzers, killing it, love it. Josh Jacobs at Miami, Jerome Ford at Pittsburgh. That's going to be nice. Dalton Schultz, questionable at the moment. Rashad White in the flex. And currently, no kicker and no defense. Yahoo puts this Christie down 102 to Mike's 109. But again, no kicker, no defense. I'm taking Christie.
Yeah, dynamite analysis, good lead-ins. We'll probably know a little bit more about this matchup as you post it than we do. I think the kicker, as with Mike's team always, is what does Lamar Jackson do? Last week, Cleveland shut him down, but Cincinnati doesn't have Cleveland's defense. I think they're going to try and get back at him, especially at home. Christie's got some bangers we've talked about before. Jerome Ford takes a hit with the Deshaun Watson news. Sam Howell should show out against the Giants. I am taking Christie despite no kicker, no defense.
100%. Mark it down. Up next.
Going to, speaking of losers, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Lumen versus Lisa. Got a couple of streaks on the line here. Looks like John. I don't think I've ever called him John.
I don't think you have either.
Some version of it. 5 in a row. Taking the L's versus Lisa's 3 in a row. So somebody's going to win. There's some positives for you. Some energy. Shaking it down. Lisa got the QB advantage. DK Metcalf. God, I'm glad he's on someone else's team. Cooks and Ridley Jefferson. I mean, that's Lumen, right? Lumen got that. Running backs, Aaron Jones, Devin Singletary, Swifty, K9, Pollard, Connor. Again, I almost think Lumen's got that. Tight end, Lisa. Kicker defense, Lisa. I got to go Lisa. Sorry, John. I love you, though.
Yeah, I call him John, but for some reason that sounds really weird coming from you. Yeah, unfortunately, man, can't trust in Ridley. Justin Jefferson should be back, but don't know what he's going to do. I think once he's 100% and they're good to go, I think Dobbs is going to be more than serviceable. Wish he was out there for you to get him instead of having to play Will Levis and everybody else that's housing 5 quarterbacks on their team. But hey, no need in calling everybody out. Aaron Jones, disappointment. Devin Singletary had a great week last week. Where did that come from? Cole Kmet, I like him, but no analysis for you there. Swift could have a good rest of the season. Don't know what he's going to do with Kansas City.
Tough one, yeah.
One of the things I wanted to shout out here is, how many points did Dallas score last week? 147. How many touchdowns did Pollard score? 0. What the heck happened? It was the Brandon Cooks show and CeeDee Lamb show. Well, and of course, Dak Prescott. I mean, throwing it all over the place. No running. Well, Rico Dowdle got one too, didn't he?
Yeah, garbage time. But he also beat him in yards too on less carries. So, yeah, it's almost like the Pollard show is just a token effort, right? And then they figured something out over the bye week where they just let Dak go. And since then, I think he's put up 45, 44, and 64. So,
Lord.
Someone who's going against them this week, hopefully, who are they playing? Carolina. Hopefully, Carolina figures something out and get it done.
Yeah. Hopefully.
In Carolina with a perfectly clear, sunny 62-degree day. So,
yeah.
Maybe the grass will slow them down.
With the rest of the lineup, if it wasn't for Mahomes and Kelsey, I could see John getting. Well, no, Will Levis still puts a wrench in that. Yeah, I'm going to have to take Christie on this as well. Kenneth Walker, worried about him the rest of the season. I don't know what Charbonnet is going to dig more into that. Yeah, taking Christie this week. Not Christie, excuse me. Yeah, taking Lisa.
Women are the same, bro. It's fine.
They're both women, so. All right, into our third matchup. We got old Yash versus Mega Smegma and the CJ Stroud quarterback killer. So in this one, Yahoo.
Stroud.
The what?
The CJ Stroud crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
That's
he's
what
got
Billy calls his team.
that is correct. Yes. So Yahoo's got this one advantage mega smegma at 127 to 112. And I'm going to let you do the analysis on this one. I'm taking old Bill Perryman.
BHB getting the love from the champ. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before. Josh, when he tied, lost Nick Chubb, we thought he's going to be the laughing stock of the league. Made it all the way up to third place. He's been 1-1 since then. But hey, that tie's keeping him in the top half of the bracket. This is actually a 4-week to go play-in game. So Billy knocking on the door at 7, Josh at 6. This will go a long way in determining those last few playoff spots. Matchup, yeah. Stroud is all world. He's going crazy. I love it. Tank Dell, good play if Nico's out, but I heard Nico say he's going to play, so it's going to be a dart throw to see who gets what on that one. And Noah Brown came on huge last week too. Shout out to Mikey for picking him up. D-Hop, see,
Yeah, hold on. Pause right there.
Levis.
Pause right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To extra emphasize that shout out, Mike actually played Noah Brown.
No, he picked him up.
Oh, he picked him up. Okay. Well,
After
never
the
mind. I'm
fact.
scratching the shout out for picking him up. Hey, great. You had the bench spot if you actually played him. Huge shout out because I wanted to pick him up too, but I just hate that feeling of, I don't want to chase points. But you got him. Good for you, Mikey.
Well, I he was on my radar. I played Demario Douglas from the Patriots a few weeks ago when I was decimated by bye, and I almost played Noah Brown. And Noah Brown would have got me like 10 more points. I wouldn't have beat Hunter, but it would have made me look smart in fantasy, So that's why I was giving Mike the shout out for at least looking smart. We know he's not, but at least he looks. I love you, Mike. Smart. Anyway, yeah, you was hating on Will Levis. I think he's got some good games in him. I think that first game we saw, I think that's more true than not true. I think he's had a couple tough matchups. I like the at Jax game, sneaky shootout. I know Jax has got a solid D, but he was at Pittsburgh, at Tampa, his first 2 games. Still on the road, but nowhere near that level of defense. So, yeah, I'm feeling Josh in this one. I think Billy's had that inconsistency throughout the season. Hawkinson blew up last week. Don't think that's going to happen again. Pickens at Cleveland, I think, is a sneaky good play. He got all his points on like 1 reception last time they played, but that's his game. Dallas defense is sure going to get into the 20s for fantasy points. That's easy enough. So, yeah, I'm going against the grain here. 37% chance with a full team fielded. I got Josh. All right, we have CD's Nuts, hottest team in the league, 4 wins in a row after he projected he was going to run the table versus the legend, Mr. 220 himself. Running top to bottom, quarterback. I think Wes has the advantage, although Goff at home, not going to need a lot, but he still might show out. I can see the Lions getting into the 40s again.
Yeah.
Keenan, Chase, and Waddle, we know are Wes's strengths. CD can match one of them. Addison, not so much. Garrett Wilson, not so much. Wes's weakness, Monty and Gibson put up a combined 50 points last week. I ain't having that again. And Trey Boo Boo, tight end versus Mandrews. I think we know CD's Nuts has that advantage. And if you're looking at the scores right now, I'd say you're probably seeing about 20, 22 from Andrews. So, although Wes does have some really good luck facing Thursday night opponents, DJ Moore. But no, I've been picking Hunter because it's a fun story because he said he's going to run it and he has. But we talk about on the Monday Night Miracles show how Monty gave up the goal line carry to Gibbs and let Gibbs get one, and it was just a show of sportsmanship, and it moved me. And as I've been hating on Wes, I've been picking against him a lot because it's fun, because he's here and he reacts well, because he cares. That's what's important. But this time, I'm going to, I'm still going to pick against Wes. Hunter got it.
Hunter got it. I hear you. So that's fine. Yahoo's got me winning this by a point or 0.23. Probably going to make a switch or two in my lineup before the games start tomorrow.
Well, hit me up with your lineup questions. What do you want to know?
Nope. I don't want to tell you. So,
You're not gonna play Chase? You want to get him out of there for Thursday?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bench Chase is probably what I'm gonna be. So usually I pick against myself for the bad omen, the bad juju and all that good kind of stuff. You kind of went over everything. I am looking forward to seeing what Chase is gonna do against Baltimore. I know they have a great defense, but I just want to see. I wish Higgins was playing, so that they could get some attention off of him. Boyd is serviceable, but again, it's Baltimore. I hope there's going to be some Burrow magic tomorrow night. Jalen Waddle on my team is no limitations. Hoping that that's going to turn out to be okay. McBride, I think I have me a pretty decent tight end until Zach Ertz's old man behind comes back from IR. Hopefully Arizona's going to be smart enough not to stick his cripple behind back on the field.
Is that why you picked up Freiermuth?
No, Freiermuth for the bye week.
Balzac. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't really want him either, but I picked up old Muth because I'm gonna need one for week 14 or 13, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go against everything I have been doing, and I'm going to pick myself because there's no way that Hunter is going to run the table like he claims he is, and I want to be the one to stop the train. Call it. Beep, boop, 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 beep. Stop the train. Stop the train. Thank you. All right. Fun analysis there. What's that?
That's a guaranteed win, Hunter. Congratulations. Good game, bro. Good game.
I need to start texting him good game tomorrow like I did with Justin all week long. That was too much fun. All right. So in our fifth matchup, we got Raising Pete's Kids against the devil of whiteness himself. All right, so in this matchup, you got Dak Prescott, who absolutely exploded last week. Will he do it again against Carolina? Well, you could say, well, maybe they'll just jump out to a big lead and not do it and not keep throwing it. It's not what they did last week.
Thought that against the Giants, yep.
Thought that against the Giants, yes. DJ Moore, he's finally probably going to get Fields back. I don't really trust DJ Moore to do a whole lot this week with Fields just coming back. I think it was a thumb injury. Godwin at San Fran's going to be cool. Eckler's going to be good. Henry at Jacksonville. Kittle, you never know what that guy's going to do. Gabe Davis, boom bust. And kicker in San Francisco defense. I think Baker Mayfield's going to do just fine against that team. They're going to score some points. And then on the other side, old Dad Shaw, Raising Pete's Kids. Tua at Las Vegas. Cooper Kupp, you're finally getting Stafford back, I believe. I don't know if he was limited today or not, but I know he is full participant. Yep. Christian Kirk, the wide receiver to have in that Jacksonville offense. ETN, killing the game. Don't really need to say much. Jahmyr Gibbs. I'd like for you to, get some turf toe action going on there.
Damn, after I just said I really agree. Wow.
I have the nicer of the two running backs. The nicer of the two. The veteran said, hey, come on in and get your touchdown.
That's true.
Sam Laporta, I've been showing him love all week. Brandon Ayuk, I'd like to have him out of everybody, out of all that wide receiving corps. The other D-Hop kicker in Miami against Las Vegas, I think that's going to be good smash spot. I'm taking you, Dad Shaw. I think this one's going to be quite an easy run for you on this one. I don't see this one being close.
Yeah. The jujus you talked about earlier, I adopted that for a little while, and it was helpful. I went on a little win streak picking against myself, even though the matchups were in favor. This one is fairly strongly in favor. I think I got my team fully back. No more bye weeks. Hopefully, no more injuries, no designations. I did pull Barkley out because they said he re-aggravated his high ankle sprain.
Ooh,
But I mean, the trade-off, like you said, was Ayuk or Kirk. I'll take my chances with them. I mean, Barkley's not going to get me 40, although now that I say that, he will do it on my bench. But, Ayuk only had 3 targets last week. Kirk's been killing it, even though I will go on record and say I do think this is a Ridley week. I don't think I picked Lumen, but I do think with the funnel defense that Tennessee plays, that the big receiver is going to be open. I think teams have been kind of keying on him, and Kirk is the safety blanket for that weak O line. Did you see Trevor Lawrence hit the waiver wire? Was that surprising to you?
I did. It was very surprising to me.
Nah, I knew he wouldn't clear, but
There was
yeah,
two or three claims put in for him.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's just one of those gut feels. I mean, this takes me back to the championship that I won a few years ago, where I had the superior team, and he gave it a run, but it wasn't enough. So yeah, I'm gonna double down with you, man. I'm going me.
Nice.
Shout at the
Nice.
devil. All right, final matchup for the show. Saving the best for last again. JLK, always a bridesmaid, versus your mama, the Peter. Um, Again, usually pick against Justin. I don't know if I can do it this week. Definitely can't root for Pete. Maybe I can root for a tie. That'd be fun. But no, let's hit the rundown. Burrow at Baltimore, Hurts at Kansas City with a big old Q. I don't think Hurts is right. He is coming off a bye, but I don't know. I just got a feeling that he's a little more injured than they're letting on. He did lose his tight end, and Goddard broke his arm. They list him as doubtful, but
I think it
he's
fell
not
off.
playing. I mean, I saw the play. It was nasty. um, we got Diggs, AJ, and Evans versus Tyreek, Puka, and Hollywood Brown. So similar roster construction to you. Obviously, Justin's heavy hitters are back, Diggs and AJ. Tough matchups, though. Jets and KC. Again, with Hurts being a little injured, or they kind of got the cancellation thing going on. If one goes up, the other one likely is. Put it to running backs. Brees at Buffalo. I mean, the guy's electric. I just don't think the Jets are anything to fear. I haven't scored a touchdown in like 11 quarters or something. Mostart, I heard A-Chain's coming back this week. So I don't figure that's going to be too big. I do like Kincaid. That'll be Justin's jersey when I win. If I win. Yeah, Baltimore, Cincy, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. Yeah, despite my hatred of both Justin being in first place and Pete in general, I got to pick one. I pick Justin. I think he's got it.
Yeah, this matchup, quite a few good names, and just looking at the names versus the other names, this looks like a Justin smash. There's something in me that says, hey, Pete could probably pull this one out, and I kind of want to choose Pete, but talent alone, I mean, there's just explosive all over Justin's roster. I don't really like Diggs too much at the Jets. Buffalo has fired their offensive coordinator, but Sauce Gardner and that defense, I don't know what Diggs is going to do. Don't know what's going on with Hurts, so he's probably going to affect A.J. Brown. Brees Hall should have had 3 or 4 good games in a row if his offense can stop having a penalty every time he runs it for 30, 40 yards. Mostert, I think, will be able to produce with A-Chain. They're probably going to be a Montgomery Gibbs type of backfield, but I don't really know. Love Kincaid. Again, he's playing the Jets as well. Mike Evans is doing great. They're playing San Francisco. He's probably going to go nuts. So, yeah, again, just the pure strength of the players, or pure talent on Justin's team. I got to go Justin.
Yeah, that's fair. No, a little chalky chalk. Yeah, Diggs did have the letdown game Monday night. Sertan shut him down.
Yep.
I think Sauce can easily do that. What Diggs do in the opener? 10 for 100 and a touchdown. So maybe not so much. It says although he's not expected to encounter shadow coverage from Sauce. That's his little note. So um yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Buffalo's deal is. Did you see Diggs' brother text him he needs to get out of there?
Yeah, I saw that.
Or tweeted it or something.
Yeah.
So that's
So I
honestly
wouldn't
why I
have.
stayed away from Diggs. I mean, I didn't have the option to draft him this year, but he wasn't high on my board for that reason. Because remember, even before the season started, there was that weird like he's like, I just want to be part of the decision making, and he wasn't in camp, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden he's
unhappy, and the coach was
good.
like, "Yeah, he's fine. It's just a
Yeah.
misunderstanding or whatever." And yeah, yeah,
So yeah, hopefully for Justin's sake, it all works out. But some little part of me would be like, oh, Diggs declared himself inactive, took his jersey off, and flipped off the crowd when he ran out Antonio Brown style.
oh
That'd be
gosh,
kind of funny.
that would be bigger than a kind of funny. That would be hilarious if he just went all brain melting Antonio Brown. I don't know where I'm at or who I am. That
Right.
would be something else. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for our league picks for this week. Bradshaw, thank you again for your time. Everyone, good luck this weekend, of course, except CD's nuts. Stopping that train. Y'all have a good one. Later.
Love you guys. Peace.